Yeah, once more again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, Still moving on with information literacy skills, how you can acquire information to solve various problems in your community, in your society, to yourself and to everyone and to the nation at large. That is the importance of information literacy skills. So we are going to continue with uh, the information sources. Um, the information sources. Yeah, for this case, I'm going to take you again through the slides. Uh, that is the continuation of information sources. And for this case, we are going to start with the examples of information, examples of the primary and the secondary sources of information. Okay, so this is our first slide. Our first slide is talking about the examples of primary and secondary sources of information. The first one, we are going to talk about the primary sources of information. So the examples of primary source of information, how or where you can get possibly your primary source of information. So the first one is the documents, written documents, or which documents includes you say me the constitution, the treaties, say for example the US constitution, US treaties which was signed, and also there also legal documents such as court cases, government legislations, and also under documents we also have personal letters, diaries, and so on. So and also newspapers or magazines published at the time of that event also constitutes primary, also constitute under documents which is under primary sources of information. Then another one is example of primary source of information. We also have creative works such as novel, poem created during a particular period. Then also a song or music created during a specific era, say maybe during COVID-19, then maybe a music is composed. So that is also another example of creative works that is under primary source of information. Then we also have articrafts. Articrafts, those are tools, clothing, and every objects from a specific culture or historical period, say maybe pottery and those other things constitute the primary sources of information. Then we also have scientific data. Scientific data, that's raw data from an experiment, original laboratory notes or data sets. So from surveyors, straight like surveyors they go and maybe survey a specific area. Those are examples of primary sources of information, or maybe oral histories and interviews where someone is engaged into testimonies, maybe mentions testimonies or interviews with individual directly involved in the witness, or some kind of field work. Those are kind of oral histories and interviews. So those are the things which constitutes the primary sources of information. So as we are going to move to the secondary sources of information. Um, those are the examples of secondary sources of information. We have the books. The first one, we have the books. So, like maybe some history books you have been seeing around, you have history books analyzing specific historical period or event, discussing, maybe for example, discussing causes of World War II. So, those are the things concerning the examples of secondary sources of information. Then another one, we also have journal articles, that articles that critique or analyze primary data such as research paper, analyzing the results of a scientific experiment. So we also have documentaries. From here is written documents, but supposed to be documentaries. So those are the documentaries. Those are the videos which tell us the story of historical events or individuals based on achievable materials, interview, or expert commentary. Then we also have essays and interviews. Essays and interviews that are critical essays that provide analysis of literary work or historical event, often building upon primary texts. So essays written, maybe some essays trying to analyze the primary sources. Those are the examples of secondary sources of information. Thank you so much. This one will really make us to know about how we can acquire the primary source of information and how we can acquire the secondary source of information by knowing those examples. Please subscribe, like, and watch the video for more information on information literacy skills. I know in the next video we are going to be learning a lot about information literacy skills. Please follow for more information. Thank you so much. Love you all.